And the dusty.
The Don of all doors.
Legend.
Yeah, man. One
Show
Don.
off.
One Don.
Charlie,
off.
hey.
I just gave the Don. I just took Shutter's title and gave it to the Don.
Yeah, so it be one Don.
He is the one Don.
You will make the guy born.
Shutter is one donor.
The Don of all dons. All dons they bow to this Don Little.
I swear you.
Don Shatter, Don One.
All the dons.
So one Don. So you be Don One.
Yes.
In fact, some
the
people
one
coming
don.
now, the zero don. So if the one don come, zero they
Zero
come
they
before
come
one.
before
one.
Hey, Shatawale, big up to you. Yeah. And thanks for endorsing the Don brand.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Charlie,
Nasty.
that on. Yesterday you were missing in action.
Yeah, Charlie, ECOWAS card is very necessary. I had to go collect mine. Yes, and I would advise you to do same.
Charlie,
Yeah, because your bio data is going to be on it, and it's going to help you.
But they say
out.
it takes some time before it is done.
Yes, you would have to go through a process, fill a form, include all your data, every information about you, including your hometown, your mother's name, your dad's name, everything about you. Your
But
height.
how long does it take? How long does it take before you get the card?
Well, it depends on how things work out. 2, 3 days, 4 days. Some people a week. It depends. I don't know where your center where you did it also contributes. Yeah, I did mine at Michelle Camp. So because of the soldiers, maybe I passion. Yeah. So
Which means it may take some few days.
yeah. No, actually, I went to collect it yesterday.
Oh, really?
That means I sacrificed Sunday to go through the process.
You did it on Sunday?
Yes, and I went to collect it yesterday. And you have to collect it personally because you have to use your fingerprints and stuff to authenticate and collect. That's a process, you know. So, Charlie, guys, go and get yours because it's going to make things very easy for you. Every data, if you want to go open a bank account, anything, all your data, your TIN number, social security.
You say it's not TIN number.
Whatever, tax.
It's with TIN.
Tax number.
Okay. Right, because the number they end.
Yeah, so
that's
TIN.
identification
So it's your
number.
TIN.
Your TIN. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's normal because I mean it has become like normal for us all.
Yeah.
And for me, it took some time. Each time I got corrected, I'll repeat it.
TIN number.
TIN number. I said, please, it's not the TIN number.
It's tax identification number. Yeah, that is TIN.
There's still a number there.
So the tax identification. So it's your T number. T number. All right, welcome to Showbiz Review, brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. Get in touch with them on their website on www.francophones.com. Call them on 0246-422-338. They say there are new TVs. TVs na shorty and for ba. TVs ne bia ba. So brabeji, people buy a shorty for ba. Now they have in stock new TVs. You know, yeah, and they have genuine Samsung, Nokia, iPhones, Franco TVs, digital and satellite with ultra panels. Among others, me, I bought my TV. I didn't have the, you see the ones where they take board down.
The wall mount.
Wall mount. Charlie, me, I buy my TV. I don't get some. This one they are giving it to you for free. And then the wahala I had to go through after buying the TV. I had to go to town to buy wall mount. Stay in traffic. Oh, but this one you buy now, they give you wall mount. Partial. Call 0246-422-338, francotrading.com. And they are also there, but they'll deliver it right at your doorstep. Tri-Steel Roofing Company Limited is your first choice when choosing quality and affordable. Listen to the word, affordable. Me, I bought from them. So you should also buy from them. Tri-Steel Roofing. They'll bring it to you. And when they come, there's something they did when they came to my place, and I loved it so much. They counted every bit. I was like, oh, Charlie, this one, they'd be waste of time. The guy said, no, for transparency, I beg, boss, let's count. The guy took his time to count all of them. So they are transparent. Tri-Steel Roofing will take care of you. And they give you all of these products with a 20-year warranty. Who does that? No one does it. Only Tri-Steel Roofing. Call them on 0303-967-400. Tri-Steel Roofing, your number one choice. Now, Betway is giving you the opportunity to bet on every match, and you stand to win a chance of 30,000 Ghana cedis in cash. Money day. Go and bet and make money. Please, if you are not 18 years, don't go, please. Bet the responsible way. They are saying you must be responsible in betting. Don't just go there if you are not 18. We want responsible people. Hey, Christmas has come early for all Vodafone Cash subscribers. Your secure and convenient Vodafone Cash is the only network offering you a chance to send money to all network via Vodafone Cash free of charge. Yes, you heard me right. Free. No other network can give you much an amazing offer except Vodafone Cash. Just send any amount to loved ones as many times as you want on any network. Just dial *110# to send money for free. Bronya Bantem. Let's get to the issues. Charlie, today issue day. Issue day today.
And today my people, is another day.
My people. Issues day.
What be the matter, Didusty? Tell us.
Done. This one is not, you say waiting.
Yes.
This one is, you know, waiting.
Shove off. Shove off for them.
Shove them off. Can you imagine? I just had a message telling me, your caller tune, I want to be with you, but the Dusty featuring Raquel will expire on 5th May. That's why it be your own. 5th September. It be your own.
Wow,
me, I mean, you so I for recharge. Oh, I will say. Okay. Issue day, Charlie Charterhouse. Today, yesterday, sorry, the KPMG has finally released the results.
Okay.
Issue day. Issue day.
I've seen Reggae Dancehall.
Charterhouse releases final results of 2020 VGMA winners. Charlie? Charterhouse, the organizers of the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards, have released results of the winners for the 2020 edition. The results were collated, listen to this, collated by KPMG. KPMG. We all know KPMG. International.
Continue.
Done.
Continue.
KPMG.
Continue.
They get you.
Continue la.
Oh.
Show Novinia.
What's the meaning of show Novinia? KPMG no be small company.
Oh yeah, I know.
Charlie,
they have international affiliates
and international repute.
Yes.
You know. It's an international cooperative, multinational professional services network. And one of the big 4 accounting organizations. What did I say? KPMG. In fact, it is the oldest established international accounting and advisory firm in Ghana, established in 1992. It has been a leading provider of audit, tax, and advisory. So KPMG won't go wrong. So what happened? People say the things no they tally. People say issues day.
Yeah, in fact, I had some messages in my inbox, people giving me examples, screenshots, etc. And because I know people know how to cook things up so well, I wanted to see evidence, like hard evidence, rather than screenshot evidence and stuff, you know. But then again, you and we will go inside.
All right. So categories are judged by VGMA board, 30%, VGMA Academy 30%, public 40%. Which means board safe, where people they bash them too much. Now board, now VGMA board, crowd work a crabby. You know be so. The board safe get 30%.
Yeah.
Academy 30%.
That be where the problem is.
Where public 40%.
No, that's a big problem. Yesterday that was my main issue.
Okay, so what's your issue?
On that particular one.
Right.
On that particular matter, what you just put out. All right. So, good morning, great listeners of Hitz 103.9 FM. It's time to tackle some of these matters. You know, Andy Dusty,
yes,
I saw a number of people who were agitated about the fact that Sarkodie did not win the Artist of the Year due to the kind of work that he put out, even though explanations have been given. Now, if you take a look at the statistics or the percentages allotted to each artist under the Artist of the Year category, you would notice that Sarkodie came 3rd. Yes, quite surprising. Even Dinah Hamilton beat him to it. you know.
By
but
public, is it by public vote?
No, you cannot tell because this has been
they didn't
collated. Sorry, so you cannot tell whether it's a public vote or an academy vote. Now, the direct impression we have is that automatically, whether the public likes to go to Mecca to go and pray and come back, no matter what they do, the board and the academy will preside. Their rule will be the final because they have 60% put together. So if you want the fan base to vote based on 40%, look, they can vote all their cash, go and buy all the credit in the world and vote. The public can never win unless they have some votes coming in from the academy and the board. So right now, people are getting to know that, oh, Charlie, this thing is much ado about nothing. Ooh, too petty too. So I don't know whether you guys on the board would have to take into cognizance this very important, point. Because right now, there will be a point where you'll ask people to vote and they will not vote. Simply because they know that no matter how they vote, things will turn out the way the board and the academy wants it. So it's something you guys should look at. If it's an industry vote, fine, the board and academy can have higher, percentages, because probably you need some technical know-how. But the ones that you throw to the public, I feel that the public should have 60%, not the board and the academy having 60%. Yes, that is how you can let them participate or feel that their votes matter. Because right now, how things are looking, it doesn't make people want to vote again. So I don't know. It's a very sticky situation, but you have to find your way around it. You know, for me, that is my initial objection to this whole scenario that has happened. I studied it clearly, and you know, I'm a very objective person. I'm not blowing my own horn, but clearly, I am very objective. People were crying over social media, some insisting they voted. Now, people are also bringing up some, other voting patterns, record of the year. People are saying it adds up to 99%. But I know when it comes to figures, sometimes you round figures up. Yes. So sometimes people are a bit confused. You won't get 100%. But then again, too, when they were allotting the figures, they should have added a point, 1 point, this point, that. So people added everything and got 99% for one. And they're saying, where's the 1%? Yes. So people are trying to use that 1% to say that this thing is not credible. But when you go to, people who know about figures, they round things up, 0.1, they round it up to the nearest, that kind of stuff. So I don't know. So maybe KPMG also, if they would give us the accurate, if it's 0.1, 22.1, 22.2, so if you add everything up, it gets the 100%. Because I have seen the record of the year one. Somebody put it out in my inbox. I have not yet, that's why I'm saying that if it's true, I don't know whether you can check that one out. Let me quickly go and
have record of the year.
Yeah. Let's add up and see whether it's.
There are some that are even 101.
There are some that are even 101 and 102. You get me? I even saw some like that. So it puts the whole thing.
That is okay. So when you say 101 and 102, what does that mean?
101 over 100.
All of them combined.
Combined, yeah, like
put together.
Yeah. It's a big issue.
Hold on.
No. Like if Sarkodie got 15, then Hamilton got 25, Kwame Eugene got 36. Kofi Kinata got this, that. If you add all, once it's in percentages, it should be 100. But if you go make 102 over 100, that means on calculation.
And how did
some be 99?
36% became 100.
No, you add every artist in all.
Okay,
all the artists under that category. All the percentages must add up to ideally 100%.
How do you divide them?
No. The voting pattern generates the percentages.
This left with KPMG to explain.
So if 36% of the total votes cast went to Kwame Eugene, that will reflect.
But does this lie at the doorstep of Charterhouse?
No. The accounting firm, of course.
So it's with KPMG.
No, so of course, but Charterhouse contracted KPMG. KPMG didn't do this because they have the mandate to. No. So we'll still bring it back to Charterhouse, of course. Why we don't have any business with KPMG?
Yes.
No. Charterhouse, we have a business.
You have a business with Charterhouse.
Yes, of course, not KPMG, because Charterhouse contracted them to work on their behalf. They are assigns of Charterhouse. legal term as Science of Charterhouse. So for me, I don't see why we should even talk about them. So if there's any, I would say, complaint, we can make it to VGMA, and VGMA will rightly point it out to KPMG. Or if there's any explanation to be made, then let us know. Or if what we are seeing on social media is also just a lie, let us know. Because Premier also, I even had that 102, 101.
Oh, I can give you the category.
Yes. So right now, it looks like the whole award scheme right now is standing in some shadow, very, very dark shadow in some corner. And that must be some small light they should see something to go on, but people are confused now. And Dusty, I don't know whether releasing these percentages was a good thing or a bad thing, because right now
I think it's a form of transparency.
Yes, but I don't know, but whether they took pains to go through. I mean, the calculations.
I have a funny feeling they trusted KPMG so much.
Well. Yes,
because KPMG has been. I mean, they have a track record of some goodwill.
Yes.
You know, so in fact, not some, but very credible of credibility.
Yeah.
So with this, doubting them some way.
That is why I don't want to bring KPMG in the picture. No, I have a reason for not wanting to bring them in the picture.
What is your reason?
The reason is that, I mean, they were contracted by Charterhouse. I don't want us to, put them on the line.
But at the end of the day, the
KPMG
KPMG figures is not what determines the winner. There's still board and academy.
No. KPMG collates.
They collated it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So what are you trying to say? That someone may have tampered it from the engine room?
Fear delegates. Fear delegates.
No. In this case, the delegates can't tamper with it because delegates
I
they
say fear
vote.
delegates.
No, hold on. What I'm saying is that
the fear delegates is in court too.
I understand. So what I'm saying is that delegates finish voting.
It
goes to electoral. How do you call it? Commission.
Yes.
So if the commission way,
delegates have invisible fingers and powers.
On a serious note,
Right.
I think the board and academy need to reduce their percentage. They have to reduce drastically.
Yes. On public votes.
To 10%.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes,
of course.
or 20%.
But why do you want people to use their data?
Because
Hello?
it means that all winners have always been determined by board and academy.
Yes.
Which is bad.
Of course.
And it also means that we've had wrong winners over the years.
okay, my suggestion.
This shouldn't be the signal.
I'm not supposed to.
It shouldn't be the signal
I'm not
at all.
supposed to come in with any suggestion, but let me throw this in. If you agree,
Yes.
don't you think it would be proper, like how it is done when it comes to elections, general elections, where when security forces vote earlier, we put it out that when the security forces voted, we had
This figure.
let's say NDC 10%, MPP 2%. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Accurately.
So in this case, why is it that if the board and the academy are done with their voting, we put it out that okay, this is what we got from the board and academy.
Perfect.
What do you think?
With a 20%, with a 20%
before the public votes are also published.
You see, Andy Dusty is trying to be clever. He's trying to shift us cleverly away from the main point. And
No.
Andy,
You are not listening to
it's
logic.
being
Hold on.
transparent,
No. I'm rather
What
no.
Logic asked was that he insisted that the voting for the public must be increased.
Yes.
But you are coming in with something slightly different.
No.
You are changing the course
He
of the
mentioned
argument.
something. Then you are not really.
No,
paying
I want
attention.
you to address that issue.
No. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm
Yes,
addressing.
yes.
So that's
You're
why I
not going
said
to run away from it
I won't suggest.
Yeah, because what Andy is saying, so that we know what the board and
I'm
the
only
academy
throwing
voted
in
for. Yeah, that's
No,
right,
that you agree.
The whole thing is that even what Andy is saying, for me,
I'm not saying no. I'm just asking.
yeah, what Andy is suggesting for me is that is the situation already. It's just that they haven't made it public. It will still round up to 60%.
Yeah, so let's
So
call
that
for
is
a
the
reduction.
argument
Let's
we are
call for
talking about.
reduction.
No.
Reduction.
We are calling
That's what I'm
for a
saying. That's what I'm
reduction.
saying. That's what I'm saying. You are not paying attention to
No.
what he said because he said that. But he made me lose my thought again. No, you mentioned something.
Yeah. I mean, I've also lost it.
No. But basically, you were advocating for the fact that
The reduction of the percentage.
for the board and the
So
academy.
he mentioned that yes. So
And you
all
just
this
came
while,
in and said,
all
oh,
this while.
all right.
So the winners are determined by the board.
Determined by the board. Yeah, all
and
this
Yes,
while.
and
Yeah.
that is true.
And that's what I'm saying.
The
that-
board and the academy because they have
serious.
60%.
That's
That
why
is the
I asked.
fact.
That's why I asked.
That's the
Why
fact.
don't we publish that
So that you
we know
who they
the
voted
weight?
for. The weight.
Exactly.
Yeah, No, it's very important.
Yes, even if you publish it,
very important.
That does not negate the fact that the board and the academy carry
it. Before that happens.
But right now you've made it apparent already that the board get 30, academy get 30.
Now we are calling for reduction of percentage.
Yes, but what
then they will follow with the transparency of who they voted for.
But it makes it much more transparent.
Yeah,
it makes it much more transparent.
It makes sense. We need to see.
Yeah, but
because once you know that, so the board voted. The board didn't vote for Kwame Eugene.
Yes.
So
how did he win?
The artist of the year was rather determined by the public.
Vote. Yeah,
exactly.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah, so it can be shown. If that is so apparent.
Yeah. I mean, going forward, this is the way they should do.
No, Mr.
I don't think the board will be bashed as much as people are bashed.
No, but still, if there is an agenda set, the board and the academy can be in a position to execute if they still have 30-30, which must be reduced.
So right now we are reducing. That one
there must be reduced.
Why reduce it?
We are reducing
because people believe. Look, let me tell you, the fans of SAG believe that it is an industry agenda to push Kwame Eugene. That's what they believe.
No, but that one there.
How do you know that?
But they've said it. Through messages.
The shows all those who are saying Kwame Eugene don't deserve the win. I don't know what's in their head.
No. They have a right. They have, of course, they follow a particular artist.
No, man.
So
I mean,
they have a right to disagree.
That's more like.
They have a right to disagree. Even if Sarkodie won, fans of Kwame Eugene would have also come up and say.
But why would they say Kwame Eugene shouldn't have won? I don't understand.
It's all about. You see, people have made analysis, giving reasons why. And they've also talked about the fact that Sarkodie has done well, the kind of songs he released, more songs. Kwame Eugene did only 2. That is Ohima and Obiato and stuff. People have given very cogent reasons why. And we've also gotten information.
As a big boy, and I don't even want to compare Sark with Kwame Eugene.
And we've also gotten information that they won that category due to the fact that performances-wise, Kwame Eugene was like very vibrant. He was like almost everywhere. Yes, like almost every platform plus 233 or they perform for. I mean, small joints. He was everywhere. So based on the performance, maybe that's where the weight came from.
Yes,
that is an explanation coming from some insiders.
Yes.
But for me, that still doesn't wash when you have 60%.
I mean,
it's like you still can roll things because the board selects the academy. Let's get it straight.
Yes.
The board selects the academy. The academy is not selected based on any. Yes. They will decide who comes in and who goes out. So please, if you want the public to continue patronizing the awards and voting, so that they can make an impact, then try to meet them halfway. Especially the votes that.
60% is too much.
It's too much.
No, it's too much. It's more like you are deciding for the industry.
Yes.
It's too much.
And telling people just to vote. No, this must stop.
No, this must stop now.
Yes.
Stop 60%.
Take your
stop
time.
60% now.
Yes.
It's too much.
One
it's too much.
One at a time.
Okay, then let me
be
enter.
Too much.
He has come out. Let me enter.
Oh, goodness.
Let me enter. Andy, we need to do this hashtag from today. Stop 60% now.
Now, sharp.
With no disrespect to the board. And
no, not at all.
Too much. I just know.
This is a matter of
60%.
You are suggesting as well.
Sorry.
We share the same sentiment.
Did you hear that? I said you were suggesting. Sorry. As I would have been yesterday, I saw something where somebody say some driver cross him for N1. Wait, chase the driver. Go catch him for La Paz, oh baby. So he reached there. He said the anger will get off the car. The guy look at him. Charlie, sorry now. So the way Jimmy Crowd of just apologize and go away. That's all. Hey, they don't
fight.
They don't worry me. I better continue.
Andy, so
make you know interject.
For me, I think seriously. For the past 20 years, this is the 21st edition of the VGMs. It's enough. I mean, they've controlled and manipulated the system for 21 years. It's enough. Give the industry and the public the power to enjoy. Let the industry enjoy the benefit of their hard work, and also allow the public to make the decision, because they vote. They are the ones voting. I mean, the money comes to you, but 60% for the board. This is serious. So I don't think these figures.
The board and academy.
Yeah, Andy, it doesn't work at all. It is not a good thing. It means that now we can say that all the winners we've had over the years were determined, were the board and academy's choices. They were not the people's choices. We can say that. We can argue. And it shouldn't. That's not the way it should be, because the scheme is supposed to award hard-working and deserving artists, regardless of the clause of popularity. I mean, I don't consider popular songs as good songs at all times. But then that is their definition and their ways of operandi. They should change. 21 years of Ghana music. Yeah, we are going forward. No, the board, Andy, you are a member of the board. You are a brother. You know how it feels. Now 1K is a big song. I'm waiting for next year to see where 1K will be placed.
No, 1K can never get.
Because you're on the board.
Yes.
And retire. Retire. I want 1K. Where 1K has gone there. No, you have to retire. Retire for the year and a review for next year. Retire. Then take your award and you come back to the board. It should be allowed because this is not a permanent mandate.
The service is for him, is for mankind, not for myself.
See, the music talent you have exhibited, I don't think you should sacrifice it for any temporal engagement. That's what I think. But it's on to you to decide. But what I'm saying is that we, the stakeholders of the music industry, we are directly in the music. We are into production. When your artist is acknowledged, even though we always complain that award is not all you need and all that, it's acknowledgement. It boosts the morale. Yeah. It also helps help the brand to grow. Please, VGMAs, board members, academy members, if you are listening to me, you see, one thing I've noticed about the VGMAs that I stopped criticizing them is when you talk, it's like, this guy don't know what they talk. No, that's how they take it. And most times, because we've got friends in there, it's hard to really be direct with them. But this one, dear. Let's put all friendship aside and let's face the fact.
We fight for the industry.
For the industry. We beg, Andy, when you get in there, please add your voice. Let's reduce your percentage intake. It's too much.
To sing.
You see, they have the
20%.
No. Andy,
20%, 10.
Andy, you already have
10.
You already have some awards that are to your bosom. Those are the industry awards. Clearly. So the ones that involve the public, like Artist of the Year, that you invite the public, why don't you give them 60 and
Question said here last
time. Like you keep 40.
Andy, what question said here last time?
And give them 60.
He said that some board members add their sentiments and their favorites. You see, with the figure they have at stake to make decisions, then it means that if 3 more board members decide to vote against you, you are off. You are gone. But if 10%, even if you vote against the artist, the public
would make up for that
for the loss.
I wait. Now the board members are the nipa.
No, I don't.
Also, say 10%. No,
I've just seen Mark.
Oh, Mark has been here for a while.
10%. If you only have 10%, it reduces your executive powers.
All right,
Mark,
Premier, you've been very quiet.
Yes.
No. Mark will come talk. If I come talk today, you go talk.
When
Mark,
even if he goes out, we'll follow him with the mic.
You know he's in the mind yourself.
Mark,
he get big hat rough at the film.
He doesn't look as if what you talking in the year.
Oh,
in the year, pa. I don't say the year.
You follow him with the mic. Wherever he is. Even in his car. You go and record it.
We are bargaining for reduction.
Good morning to our listeners. Why I've been quiet is, you see, logic alone, handling him is not easy. And so when Oyege comes,
especially if they agree on the same.
I have to just. Andy, there's something called due diligence. I mean, I'm the meticulous type that if I'm doing something, I want to be so sure and pro with some of my stuff. And I think due diligence wasn't done before the publication. And that's where I have a problem. You see, this.
You mean the figures that have
figures
been put
that
out?
were
I just
put
want
out,
people to
like KPMG.
Yeah.
I think due diligence wasn't done because these are two reputable brands doing something together. It's just like, Andy, somebody hiring you, asking Mark to be the event organizer, asking you to be the event DJ, and sound is not good. I mean, how? I don't really.
Yeah. In fact,
yes, you can't phantom because KPMG, these are petty mistakes. I mean, these are things that we rather expect them not to make such kind of mistakes. I mean, bigger mistakes you will accept that. It's a bigger deal, whatever. But these are petty ones that in common all these things won't come up. And you see, already there are speculations, the award is not this, the award is that. Everybody is saying whatever they want to say, and then you add up. We say was sort to injury or what? How do you
add injury to insult?
I mean, this, Charlie, to me, if it was the white people, they would say, "Oh, hairs must roll." Here, hairs never roll.
No.
Whenever anything goes wrong,
they stay put. They even grow more hair.
Hairs never roll.
They never roll. They grow more hair and beard.
And that is very sad. You see, a lot of things happen, and you expect that certain actions should be taken, and then nobody takes any action. You remember the Bisake thing, where he tweeted something. He said his peer or whatever. What happened? Nothing. And it has been a norm, and we've been living with it. This whole KPMG thing, I don't know if Charterhouse are taking it lightly. I was expecting them to have rather issued a statement or something by now, because these are simple things that they could have just dealt with without it getting to this aspect. And see, Andy, I believe in something. Nobody can ever be 100%. That we agree. But the statement never said you can't be above 90. And that has been my principle. You can't be 100, yes. But below 100, there's 99, 98, 97, 96, whatever. There are figures that you can try to hit up. But you don't console yourself with the fact that, oh, nobody can be 100%. And so you fall below 80. You fall below, let's say, 40 or 30. And I think it's about time Charterhouse took into account certain things. I mean, if not for this platform, for years, I had stopped talking about VGMA.
Mm-hmm.
Because I noticed talking about VGMA is like trying to advise a rich person.
Oh, wow.
It's like a poor person trying to advise a rich person.
That
So
they won't take your advice.
Oh, and so me.
No. But as stakeholders, whether they take it or not, you have to keep talking.
I don't entirely agree with what you're saying.
I'm saying I stopped
because
that is his personal view.
I was saying that was my reason for saying.
Reason. Let's allow him to carry.
For years, I was not talking about them because
carry your cross.
I noticed the same cry is always everybody's the same thing. People cry about it, the same thing every year, and they keep repeating the same thing again and again. So right. Why should I go and talk about them when they are not ready to listen? Nobody is perfect. I mean, I partly agree with logic by saying, oh, let's reduce the vote. However, I feel it should be relative to particular categories.
That is what I said.
Because there are some categories that, I mean, we can't entirely give the
and if we don't call for total reduction, it will still apply. The 60% will still apply to all. You'll be here and they'll tell you we've reduced it. How would you know they've reduced it?
No.
How will we know?
KPMG will come out again.
I mean, not relative to any,
unless KPMG comes out,
the entire category.
Unless KPMG comes out in the way Andy Dusty suggested earlier.
Yes.
That is how come we can know whether there has been a reduction or not. So Andy's point is also very valid.
I don't mind. All I'm saying is that there are some categories that, for example, if the board or the academy have maybe maintain their regular votes, whatever, it's fine. There are some categories that has to go drastically, even beyond what
beyond
you are even requesting for.
Yes.
And there are some that has to. So they
must vary.
It just varies.
Yes,
it has to be relative to each category with that. But you see, Andy, you say utu now to momonefo. See, some of our musicians too, at times, their approach to these schemes is funny. When they are up and coming, when they are emerging, when they are now getting into the limelight, when they start enjoying the limelight, they canvass for votes. Mm-hmm. But then it gets to a certain point, they feel like they are big. They are the big boys.
Yeah.
We don't really canvass for votes. Oh, we have our fans, they will vote for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
complacency.
Exactly.
Sets in.
So some people tend to be complacent. No, who's not their fan. And then they come out and then they are complaining.
Everybody thought somebody would vote and nobody ended up voting.
And so here too, VGMA, the artists who, if you are not interested in the scheme, fine.
And also, I think some.
But if you want the award,
automatically the fans will vote.
But automatic fans no more mushy. They can get up to them and they are saying they are not longer.
But to tell you the truth, I know that some big artists still canvass for votes.
Yeah, they do.
I remember during the last VGMA that saw Stoneboy and Shatabale have their confusion. There was a huge voting party done for Stoneboy.
Even Stone said
that they spent 50,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah, they do.
I'm not saying they don't do. Let's go to percentage. I mean, this year, how many artists really come back?
You know what we should do now? I think this is, for me, this is the headquarters of discussion. This table. This is the high table of entertainment decision making. we are asking for reduction in the board and academy stake from 60% to 20%, 10-10. Give the public 80% so that we know that
on some categories.
On some categories, you know what I'm saying, and the entire category. If you call for partial reduction, then how will you know?
No, already they have some that they don't
some
show.
Already down.
Show to the public.
So
already they have some that
we have to identify the categories we want them to reduce here.
Yeah.
So let's identify them.
Yeah, the one with the public participation, so that the public can have
100. Most popular song of the year. Yeah, 100% public crime family.
And family, of course.
Because then the public will decide which song is popular.
Yeah.
Artists of the year, they have to reduce at that side. Or
they have to increase public participation.
Yes, so they should reduce their stake. Yeah, and then reggae dancehall artist and reggae dancehall song of the year. That side also. They will reduce because
you tell
some factions. Some factions are complaining that they voted.
In fact, who?
Oh, I don't want to mention it because of affiliation. Look, Duke Bansi voted close to 20,000 Ghana cedis, and I'm telling you, I have proofs.
Now Raskuku Obiang voted close to 20,000.
No, I'm not saying they didn't vote, but this is the case where we have 60%.
From board and academy. So if they decide you win, you can go and take 1 million Ghana cedis loan.
If AK is winning, the board can say we don't want AK. That is not to say that Kuku don't. I'm not coming. Please let me clear this matter. Reggae dancehall the next thing they will say that I'm saying Kuku shouldn't have won. Yeah. I'm saying that Duke Bansin gave me evidence of his vote, 20K. Onunkwa. And
who was he voting for?
For his artist.
Maybe he voted for Raskuku. How do you know? That's why I want to be clear.
Why would he do that?
No, you say you want to clear.
To be clear.
So let's be clear. Because maybe I'll pick my phone and I'll be voting for Mr. Logic. Mr. Logic, the Don who is my artist will come and ask me, oh, boss, why are you voting? I'm voting. But why are you voting for Mr. Logic? I say, Charlie, you know this year there is for Logic.
It's for Logic, yes.
So it depends.
Andy, let's clear. I think we should clear this.
There's another one I saw. I don't know whether it's true. Like you voted for Andy Dusty. Then he says, thank you for voting for Mr. Logic. I've seen that one too on social media. I don't know whether that one too is true.
Someone just sent me a screenshot
of that one.
Yes.
So Charlie, I'm not okay. Yeah. I vote for Logic. They say thank you for voting for
me. So does it mean that
which network did they vote for?
Diversion.
That is why I want them to bring. I was asking them to bring the evidence. Me, I want hard copy evidence. So sometimes some of these things people can play tricks with some of these. Social media.
It doesn't sound well.
Because someone just sent me a screenshot.
That one.
Yeah. Where he voted for I think he voted for medical or something like that.
They said Kwame Eugene.
And then thanks for voting for
Kwame Eugene. That's the one I saw too myself.
But
I wanted to clarify.
I don't know whether it's mischief.
Excuse me.
It could be mischief.
Yeah.
So in this era of Photoshop, Photoshopping and the rest. So here is So he says underscore Steez one. He says, Chairman, I voted for AMG Medical, but they reply saying thank you for voting for Kwame Eugene. Now, Wednesday, August 12. No, listen, please listen. Wednesday, August 12, 2020. This is how it starts. Dinah Hamilton, A1. Kofi Kinata, A2. Sarkodie, A3. Kwame Eugene, A4. Medical, A5. Then he voted A. Listen to this one.
Yeah.
He voted A at 4:30 p.m. Then at 4:31 p.m. he voted A5, which is meant for medical. 4:31, no, he get reply say, thank you for voting for Kwame Eugene, Artist of the Year.
And Kwame Eugene,
then the same person, listen on, 1767, the same person voted A4 afterwards. And the A4, there wasn't any response from him. There wasn't any response from the system.
And is it usual?
It's usual. No, I don't know whether it's that one. I can't tell.
Please, thank you very much. The way you talk is
Andy, then I wanted to clear something small.
Please let's finish talking to Robert, who's the PRO for.
Robert
Ompekasa.
We are sure. There be a music guy in the
Robert, he doesn't like talking. Robert is some cool guy. Robert, good morning and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Andy.
How are you?
I'm good, Charlie. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Did you release the results or KPMG did?
KPMG, they released to us. We posted it on our platform.
Now, when they sent it to you, did you go through the collation to check whether they tally?
Okay, so the collation and its tally, you can simply explain it from the decimals roundup. You know, when you're doing statistics, you realize that you will get maybe 27 point something or 55661. You know, that kind of stuff. And then you can also get, different points, so to say. So when you sometimes compute them, you may have a figure like, you may have a roundup. So when you do a roundup, you may get maybe a deduction by like 1 or plus 1, that kind of stuff.
But Robert,
what it is for as long as it may not be clear, what it is, we'll probably get the accurate stuff with the decimals, so that at the end of the day, it's still easier for people to be able to make their own judgments. If you understand what I'm saying.
Well, it's not very clear with me, but Per, what you're saying, the decimals come into, so you mean it ran over because of the decimals? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is that these are very normal with statistics. So what we will do to help is to just get the information, even if it means with the decimal points, so that people can do their own interpretation. If you understand, if you get what I'm saying.
So if people would do their own interpretations, even if it ran, and that's what they're interpreting that it's run over. It's over 100%. It's supposed to end at least 100%.
Yes, it is
but
supposed
they,
to.
They,
so
they,
if the rounding up is not done, if let's say the rounding up is not done accurately on the points, you may probably have some going over and some going under. So that's why I'm saying that maybe we shouldn't just be okay with the roundups. We should rather go for it with the decimals. Then it's easier for everybody to be able to do the calculation.
Have you spoken to KPMG after the results were published, or after the concerns were raised?
No. We are still trying to get that kind of information. So we'll get back to you on this.
Are you going to issue a statement?
We will certainly issue a statement if you are giving the feedback. It will come as an official press release. So just hang it there.
Okay. Now, not to be mischievous, I've been shown a screenshot of someone who voted to 1767. I believe that was the voting code. 1767. That was the network. Which network was this?
1767 is a short code.
Short code for what? Yeah. Vodafone or
for
Vodafone?
For voting.
For voting. Now, someone sent me a screenshot. On Wednesday, August 12, he voted. Now, for Artist of the Year, Dan Hamilton A1, Kofi Kinata A2, Sarkodie A3, Kwame Eugene A4, Medical A5. I believe, whilst I kept you on the line, you were following the conversation.
Yes.
He voted at 4:30 p.m. He voted A, which wasn't registered because there wasn't any code with A. It rather began with A1 for Dan Hamilton. So he voted for A5, which was meant for medical, at 4:31 p.m. Quickly, he had a response saying, "Thank you for voting for Kwame Eugene, Artist of the Year," which Kwame Eugene's code is rather A4. So, I don't know how it worked. Did you have this experience, or did you get any of such complaints?
I haven't had any of these. So what I would do is that information, if you can, maybe you can share with me after this conversation.
Right.
We can investigate it and then find out where the issue is coming from. So in issues of this nature, it may be one of many things. So either the information coming from the person is inaccurate, or the system has inaccuracies. So we just need to be able to check that. So it's either a system problem or the person sending the information is the one giving wrong feedback. But either way, it's worth the investigation.
All right, Robert. Well, I'll wait. Since you are going to talk to KPMG, I'll wait patiently for their explanation. I'll wait for you to come back to us with their explanation before we continue.
Sure. So, all right. So I'm going to get back to you on that, but I'll also be waiting for the information on the mishap as well, so that I can also launch a quick investigation into that space.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Percentage issue.
Percentage issue. Robert, please hold on. Don, please go ahead.
The percentage issue. Robert.
Yes, Chief.
Yeah. There is a perception that certain categories that involve the public have been, I would say, ambushed by the academy and the board. Ambushed in the sense that the academy and the board wield 60%. So no matter what the public does, they can never overturn a decision from the academy and the board. And that has been the consensus of some voting public members. How are you going to address this? Because if you don't address it, people will stop voting. And that would clearly defeat... you know what? I don't want to go into the details, but you know where I'm driving at. So I don't know how you're going to address this matter. That's what I'm just trying to ask.
Is it an issue that you think needs to be addressed?
Yes, of course. Big issue.
PR.
Hey,
this is a big issue, pal.
Otherwise, people will not vote again.
We the stakeholders, we are complaining.
If they don't vote,
please allow.
Your brand sponsor would not be interested in the whole scheme again.
Please relax. I'm just asking you a question because it's supposed to be a dialogue. If we can just, talk through this as easy as possible. So I'm asking that your question is, because the board and the academy have voted in a particular direction, and then the public are voting in a different direction.
Can I probably let me get straight.
Okay,
let me put my question to you again. There is a perception that because the board has 30% and the academy also has 30%. Whatever the board and the academy decision takes supersedes any decision made by the general public. So there's no need for them voting any longer. And I'm saying that if care is not taken, it's going to defeat the whole voting thing and your brand sponsor and everything. Everything is going to go if you don't take a limping.
Yes.
And I don't know what you as a board or as a PR would want to say about this, because people are clamoring, including myself and Mr. Logic, for a reduction in some categories, not all. Some categories that involve the public, that involve popularity of artists and songs, etc. We believe that the public must have over 60 to determine who should win, not the academy and the board, but because the Charterhouse selects the academy members. So clearly, by extension, we can say that the academy is an affiliate of the board.
Yes.
So it's like you people will too much power. That's the whole situation.
Okay. Thank you for your information. But again, you see, the towards the end of your submission, you messed it up again. Charterhouse is not responsible for individual decision with respect to who they vote for. That is not out of Charterhouse's line. You understand? So Charterhouse is not responsible. At the academy members, what they vote, we don't even know what they vote. In fact, anybody within the academy that voted, the results went straight to KPMG. So we don't even know who chose what. So it's out of our line. So all I'm saying is your submission as to about we addressing the issue of perception. Yes, it's solid. I like the fact that you're saying that there's a perception. So we need to be able to, address that particular perception that indeed votes from individuals do count. Yes. Now, if your second submission again is that you feel some categories should have stronger weighting in terms of the contribution from the public vote, instead of 40, they need to have 60. That is another good submission. And then I will take that. But when you now go ahead to say Charterhouse, no, Charterhouse doesn't have any power in this at all. There are three-tier decision-making organization or three-tier decision-making outfits for who wins what at the VGMA in most of the categories. So we have 30% board, 30% academy, and 40% public. And usually you must win about 2 blocks to be able to, be declared a winner. Or you must be performing exceedingly well in all of the 3 categories, so to say, before you're able to win something. So Charterhouse doesn't come into this at all. So let's just lay rest Charterhouse's name. There is a board that votes. They don't work for Charterhouse. Maybe you may have 1 or 2 people representing Charterhouse, but that 1 or 2 cannot be in a majority when there are about 15 people. That is 1. 2.
Now, let me quickly.
No, excuse me. And then you have a board. You have an academy that, we don't. It's not like we are. There are people who are made up of the industry members, and they have their own, people that they think have done well, and then they can vote for them based on what they think is accurate. And then we have the public. So please, I just want to say that your submission, I clearly see 2 things, which is your submission on some categories getting over 40% for the public, and then the fact that I need to be able to address a perception that is building up. But the part where you add Charterhouse in this place.
All right. So should I give you a good reason why I added that point?
Oh, you can add that, but I'm just trying to establish
all right.
clearly.
I also want to give you a good reason why I went towards that direction.
Ahead.
Now, there is also the word making the rounds that the industry has set an agenda to push Kwame Eugene and to negate the powers of Sarkodie. And if people have started coming up with such thoughts, now you can argue that, I listen to the Don a lot. He sounds like a pro-Kwame Eugene. Put him on the academy. Oh, Charlie, this guy sounds anti this. Take him out. Replace him with this. It is possible that can be done.
Powers.
I'm not saying that you are doing that, but that is it's in your bosom to do that, to change academy members. And of course, clearly, we can also argue that most of these people are on radio and TV.
On radio,
so you can clearly know their directions if you are somebody who has some insight into how things run. So you can put a particular year, you can fix a particular number of people in an academy
for an agenda. Yes.
Not a very obvious one, of course, but a subtle one. No. Andy Dusty, please. It's all about mind games.
Don is speaking the stakeholders' mind. Andy,
Thank you.
I beg you.
I'm speaking the stakeholders' mind.
So
because they are talking of the industry setting an agenda to push Kwame ahead of Sarkodie. So for me, I don't know how you're going to do this, but that is another way of looking at it.
Yeah.
If you claim that, don't dismiss it entirely. I didn't want to go into the nitty-gritty, but you forced it out of me by putting up a defense.
You see,
it's a case to consider. It's not a case to
have you finished your submission?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so these things you are saying, you are insinuating, you are speculating, you don't have basis. That is 1. 2, you are saying that we sat down and thought of Sarkodie and Kwame Eugene, and because of that, we use that as a basis to determine who an academy member should be voting for.
I didn't say that. I said it could be. We are speculating here.
Hold on.
We are speculating here. Nobody is saying that is a fact. I didn't say no. Please, you are trying to say that I said it's a fact. No. You are misconstruing what I am saying, and I want to stop you right there.
Andy,
I didn't say that. I said somebody can argue.
Allow me to also make my submission. Then I don't think we need to have this particular conversation.
Robert, please go ahead.
I'm not interested in arguments. You make a submission, I listen, and I'll take the good ones out. And like you did earlier, I even mentioned 2 things that were made from the submission. It was one, you said one particular aspect about Charterhouse being a part, and I said no. And then you went ahead to give your reasons. Your reasons are not even factual. If they were facts, you would have mentioned it, but you haven't mentioned any facts. These are speculations. And I'm saying that for as long as you want to speculate, let me also come back to you with your own medicine. And I begin with a speculation, and then you are already, agitated. All I'm saying is this. If you don't have it, don't use a platform as big as Hitz FM to begin to incite people to let them think in that particular direction, because you don't have facts. And Andy should be able to hold you for it, because you can't make those submissions when you don't have basis. Otherwise, why are you even on that platform if you don't have basis for it? Don't speculate and make your speculation sound as though it is reality, because indeed, then you are fueling the wrong thing and you must be held accountable. I'm putting it to you. If you have the facts, share it.
Andy Dusty, he has turned everything around, and for me, he's
not listening.
No, you're not listening. You're not listening. You're not listening. You were dismissing a point, and I am saying that look, I do a show, and the show I ran, people air their views. Yesterday, it was
Don't please hold on. Don't please hold on.
He's trying to put something on me that I'll be held accountable.
No. He didn't say that. Hold on.
Please listen to him.
No, hold on.
Listen to him.
Robert.
You are trying to frighten me. You cannot frighten me.
Oh, don't, please. Robert.
Yes.
Hello. Do I have your attention, please, Robert? I think he put something out saying that this is a perception.
I agree.
Right.
I mentioned that 2 of them, he said perception, and he's also suggesting that, some particular categories should maybe have more weight from the public. And I have taken that into good faith. Because I have also read, for example, Kwame Daddy's 5 points that he is giving to the scheme. I've also I've heard Ola Michaels have done the submission. I've seen, and like a lot of people have made submissions. So as long as you give points to the scheme and how it can run better, we don't have a problem. You understand? But when you now go ahead to say Charterhouse has got, where is the power from? Which power? Are we the ones? Are we the academy? We are not the academy. Are we the board? We are not the board. Are we the population? We are not. The only representation you probably have are 2 or 3 members here and there. That is all. We can never be in the majority when we are a board of like 15 members, 14 or 15 members, and the Charterhouse has got like 2 slots, and then we are the majority. Where are we getting the majority from? How do we know? Like, where is that one coming from? Academy of about what, over 80 people, and then where how does Charterhouse now become people in the majority? So all I'm saying is that if he doesn't have basis, because I'm giving you information, if he doesn't have basis, he shouldn't insinuate these things. He should just say that you think that the public should be given more power, which I think it makes sense, because you feel maybe it's a public what do you call it? You feel the public needs to be able to push the agenda, or public should determine who should be the winner. Then we will table it, we will review it, and we will see if at the end of the day it's something that needs to be put into the system. If it is, we will. You understand? But that aspect, the last part where he said that I'm saying that he should just note now that Charterhouse doesn't have that power. Yes, we call the people. It doesn't mean that we control their votes. We didn't even anybody.
All right, so that's an explanation. If you say that
you've
given me an explanation now. So if you had gone ahead to give me this explanation from the beginning, you wouldn't have gotten there.
No, that was what he said it earlier.
I said it,
but
at the beginning.
you came in too quickly. You came in quickly, and you were having a banter. But he said it earlier.
Thank you. I said it. Somebody heard it.
Logically, I am.
I know here.
Now they're better than what? Better than they want to. Who they want to share? Okay, say I took crack as a derby.
Robert, anyway, thank you. But tell these concerns, I run a show, an opinionated show, and people also send their opinions. And majority had this view. So what I'm putting to you is just a reflection of what people think. And I think that I'm doing you a lot of good so that you can see things from a very wider perspective and knit things up. A stitch in time saves 9. I'm done.
I agree 100%. And that is why I have clearly spelled out the 2 things that have come. And that is why when you said, when you made your first submission, I asked, do you think this should be addressed? Because I wanted to hear more. It's just a way of having conversation, just to be able to probe in and get extra filler. And as of now, I have that because you were able to explain what you meant by the perception growing. And it's clearly understood. So I'm going to work with that. Absolutely necessary. I'm going to work with that. So, yes, I take all feedback. And there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing is that when let's just go ahead. Thank you for information.
All right, Robert. Well, thank you very much. I'll be waiting for KPMG's final explanation.
Certainly. That's key now. I think we need to be able to share some more light in that particular space. So you hear from me soon.
Right, thank you. So that was Robert, PRO for Charterhouse. Now, Candyman Jr. says, I'm not cool with Robert at all. As PR, your job is to answer questions and explain other issues further concerning the matter, but not fight with the questioner. Okay. Ricky Tan. Ricky said, how do you say the board plus academy holds 60% voting power, but does the public plus academy together not also hold 70% voting power?
That was something I wanted to.
How do you think the academy and board is one unit, but the academy and fans aren't? I know several artists, fans, or managers who call academy members to do their bidding. So, did massive public voting? Please, Don, please pay attention. Please listen. I think it's addressed to you. Did massive public voting not award Fancy Gadam's Total Cheat as most popular song of the year, same as Better Revival Choir and Joe Metal? Well, Ricky, thank you very much. With what you were saying there, I just don't want to. Yes.
So that was why I said
because I heard you saying
reasons why. You see, Andy Dusty,
yes,
if I have power, that is why I don't want to. This thing happens in the political domain a lot. Sometimes, if you put somebody in power, you appointed the person, and something happens and you are exonerated. Normally, they say because you appointed the person, that's why you.
That's why. Yes.
I don't know whether you are getting me. Now, I am sure that the academy members change. They change them. Yes, and if me, please forget about Charterhouse. If me, Prince Shega, I have Ghana Foods Awards. I want to award the best food, and I have a board set up, and I want an academy. I can look out for people who I know would logic.
Yeah, we'll push your interest.
Not majority.
Yes.
Not all. You just need a majority.
Hold it right there. Let me ask you something. Hold on.
No. That's what.
Let me ask you.
I'm saying.
I want to ask you
No,
something.
it's
No,
not
please.
diabolic.
No. It's not diabolic.
Excuse me.
You
Hold
see,
on.
people believe.
Excuse me.
No.
Let me ask you
Working
something.
ethics. It's not diabolic.
Excuse me, please.
With those who
Logic.
agree with you.
Excuse me. Hold
Yeah,
on.
those you have to work with.
Please.
Yes, of course.
Of course. Now.
Gentlemen,
You don't
please.
work with people who don't.
Let me ask you
agree
something.
with
Let me ask you something, Don. You are a member of the academy.
Yes, I am.
When they appointed you as an academy voting member,
Was there an agenda?
was there an agenda?
No.
Okay.
So what's the whole thing?
So what is your beef?
My
The
beef
dawn
is.
is-
Allah,
The
please.
general call is making.
No, hold on. No.
Selfless
Do you know
call.
why?
From
Do you know
where I
why?
sit.
Do you know why? Hold on. Do you know why I'm asking that question?
No.
Because me, I had been an academy board member for a long time. For years, I was part of the academy before I joined the main board.
Yes.
Do you understand? And there was nothing like
an agenda.
even when we sat. Now you people vote online, right? So how are you instigated in any way?
No, Andy Dusty, you are not getting me.
So
Where
let me
I'm
understand
coming
you.
from is
Because
that,
back then, when I was part of the academy, let me explain
you
something.
see,
Let's reduce.
No, let me
your
let me
decision
explain
and-
something
I
before.
don't want
Please,
to-
where
I
I
don't-
sit,
I-
I don't want to be
Andy,
defending
but
anyone.
I
but
also
let me
don't want to
explain
tag
it.
this to Charterhouse. I want to let's look at it in an isolated
General,
manner.
yeah.
But you
Yes.
mentioned Charterhouse.
No, I mean that is the
Because
issue that brought
your
this
ca-
up.
Because your case is that Charterhouse appointed the board.
Of course,
And there
it's a
must be
subsidiary
an
in a way.
agenda.
No, I said
Who joined the
people
board?
are thinking there's an agenda by industry
Yes.
to push Kwame Eugene. As someone
The people.
and that is a general perception.
Not
Don't
you,
you see it on social
people.
media?
Let me make this clear. Listen. I've never said this anywhere. But Marco Kumante sits there. Ask him. Even in the boardroom, we fight.
Wranglings.
We fight. What are you talking about? We fight.
Now, do you know? Do you remember that sometimes
cool.
when
Cause Obi Anya
Andy, do you know this happens a lot in the judicial circles? They are accused of that a lot. Packing the Supreme Court. You remember that statement? When there's some important case, then they pack the Supreme Court. You will see now. People, I don't know whether you follow politics, but if you follow politics, the packing of the courts is like the party in power can put a number of judges together. It will be 6-5.
Andy, so serious executively.
I don't know whether
What the Don is saying.
it is something.
But,
It is
and it's like you are making the two of them hijack the thing.
No,
Wait, no, man, Charlie, speak on.
Let's
There's
make it
no
a talk.
hijack.
We are not
There is a
talking.
lobby.
Talk.
This is a
Speak.
lobby.
This
Let me
is,
speak,
we are not
speak.
saying that this is what happened.
We are lobbying
They
for
don't rather
change.
hijack the show.
Ricky Tan is of course an awards organizer, so he
Right.
has to defend.
Yes.
he's
not defending.
He's defending their own.
If he doesn't
If you are
agree,
not
he
a
doesn't
direct
agree.
stakeholder, no. If you are not a direct stakeholder, you will not understand the Don's argument.
Me,
No,
I
no,
work too hard.
seriously.
Okay, so I beg
Yeah,
Allah,
so
he's
I'm
been
listening to you
quiet.
guys,
He's
so
been
you
quiet. So
shall-
Allah,
I'm surprised saying
Allah.
they go comment from the academy.
Oh no, don't.
So once I've said it, they can't remove
Oh, but
me.
me.
If I don't talk, I go come out
It's
me.
a genuine
Don't
call.
me.
It's a
Do you know
genuine
how
call.
much they mean that they bash them?
It's a genuine call. I don't see anything wrong
What are
with
you
what you
saying?
said.
Yeah.
Okay, Andy.
When I was part of the academy, they had to bash them rough. They never took me out. So that one, they
need all the varieties,
they
so
embrace
Charlie.
this kind of
we
criticism.
need-
That's
So
that's
it's good.
how
Yeah,
things
that's
grow.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how
You don't
things
need
Yes,
grow.
sycophants to
So-
be on board.
Yes,
and
men,
organize.
yes, men. Yeah,
You
no,
don't need such people.
So please,
no.
can I also be Charlie, I've been
You are trying to speak.
Okay,
Speak,
thank you
speak.
very much. Andy,
The man is trying to speak.
the first thing I want us to look at is that screenshot that the person sent you. I've been thinking about it. I'm having doubts with that screenshot, and these are my reasons. Why didn't the person push this thing up as far as the date that he said
Right.
he actually voted? Why didn't he screenshot it and post it and mention Charterhouse or whoever as at that particular point time? Because if you look at the date, somewhere August something, right? The date you mentioned was within August, and we are in September now. So what happened that the person never brought it up, and it's today or just
Maybe
yesterday?
because the
No,
winners are out
no,
now.
because he had casted the vote that he paid for. So that, in as
So
much as it meant so
he's
much
right.
to him,
He's right.
yes, he should have brought it up that day. So me, I doubt it. I think it's not true. I'm sure it's a Photoshop or something. Because
that
if
is
it
why
wasn't,
I've asked them to bring the real evidence.
No, if it wasn't, I don't know. Right now, somebody gives you something. Right now, you go and pay for something. You are being billed, and then the thing is not the right thing, and you wait till like whatever number of days, and then you saw it that day. Oh. It's not like you saw it 2 days later or after
the winners are out. Nobody will listen to you. That is the problem.
That is where he would have even been flagged. That's where the thing would have.
George Quay has spoken. He says, I like that. Just at the mention of George Quay's name, the whole place is quiet. Because my friend.
And okay,
yes,
I may lose my thoughts.
Mr. Logic, you lose your thoughts.
Hey, mommy,
okay, finish it.
So that whole screenshot to me, I doubt it. Until there are further and better particulars that are actually
in fact,
backing it. Me, I doubt it.
Me myself, I've said it that we won't have evidence
because I didn't see and now watching that time when raise the alarm. I'm a chat house. I was so much be technically about it. Or man, you are now bringing it out. Me, I have doubt. Number two, you see, there's a perception that's being also created right now as we're having this conversation. It's as if the board and the academy, they are all being put together to do something. The board, I'm sure, is a separate entity.
Exactly.
The academy is a separate entity. I remember there was this time, Kumasi, I voted for the academy. I think we did that True Vine or something. It's a separate thing that they do. So let's not create the impression that the board and the academy come together. It's like you're for Mumi.
Let me make this very simple. Please, Mr. Legend, let me chip in this. You know, until the Don mentioned that they had voted, I didn't even know they had voted. I didn't even know that they were not put together in rooms. You know, previously we will all meet at a certain joint. We all enjoy some meals. You know,
go and sit and then
we eat and drink and then we finish. We are even doing the shady exam as the exam hall. You remember
objective questions, A, B,
okay.
Whatever.
I didn't know. I remember the first time they asked people if you had affiliates, they will ask you to exit quietly. Each time we met.
Back in the day, that's how it was.
Yes. May God rest his soul. The late our friend who died recently, Castro's manager,
Ames.
And Ames was with us. So they mentioned it and he sat down and said, "Me sorry you." You know Ames and how he is. Me say Debbie Hassan in here. Me sorry you. Me sorry no sorry. Ames. Shalom so ni artist be nominating no affiliation be sorry ko. Me mo dey am vote and say no sorry fear. So they do please if you have any affiliation get out where we do our actually or they are sorry boko. So if you have any affiliation with any artist, there's no way. Now, George Quay sends in this message. He says that Don is being disingenuous with this point. The only reason academy members are changed is when they affiliate themselves with particular artists. So, for example, the Don, where you be academy, where you have affiliation with the likes of Kibo, what's my guy's name? Kibongo or Nana Boro. Once they know that you work with him, quietly they will take you off the academy because there's no way you vote for AK Sunstress or for Chame Kwame since you have affiliation or you have ties with Kimbongo. No way. Now he says because you cannot be affiliated with the artist and still vote. There's no way. Now Ricky Tan comes back to say if he says the board appoints the academy, can he ask him who appoints the public? Is it not the same board who even gives the public an opportunity to vote multiple times as compared to that? Please, guys, let me finish. Your mics are on, so please listen up. It says, is it not the same board who even gives the public an opportunity to vote multiple times as compared to the academy or board who can only vote once? That's a question. Candyman finishes his point by saying, the better revival choir thing there. I'll take 3 music awards to call to. Greetings to Frankie 5.
That thing to be so.
Hey, that matter.
And Dusty, my point has been shifted clearly to my point is
there is a psychological diversion.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
And it's their duty to do that.
Today, they don't hijack the show too much.
It's their duty to do that, so I am not going to blame them for
I've
it.
seen.
And George Quay is also being very disingenuous with his submission by trying to dilute the import of my submission.
And the content.
Thank you. And yes, and the content. Yes. What I'm saying is that the perception is what we are addressing, and stop addressing the Don. The Don is speaking the industry's mind, people's mind. So George Quay, don't address the Don. Don't make it look like it is the Don. That's what people are saying. If you listen to you say waiting yesterday, I was mentioning your name, George Quay. So what are you talking about? I know you don't work with them anymore.
Let me ask
you. I know you produce the show and take the message to them. George Quay, please, unless you didn't listen to me yesterday, I started this agenda from yesterday.
Yes.
George Quay doesn't work with
I said it, but he produced their show. So I said.
But he's a midfielder.
Yes, he's a midfielder.
He's still a midfielder.
Distributes the ball. Or distribute the ball. You know,
so distribute the ball.
So what I'm talking about is a perception that people have held. That then I'm helping us to clear the air by playing the devil's advocate.
Listen
and
to
playing the devil's advocate doesn't make you a disingenuous person or a devil. No, George Quay.
So are you saying is the public?
No, what
who
I'm
are saying? No,
yes.
No, let me finish the question. No, let me finish the question.
Yeah.
Are you saying it's the public that came up with that perception that it is Charterhouse that employs the board, the academy, and so the agenda is this, that.
They said industry agenda, and of course the academy is made up of industry men, and the board is also made up of industry men. So if they say an industry agenda, what picture comes to mind? Andy Dusty, we get brain. No.
You've lost it.
No, they said industry agenda. Industry, even the board be industry.
Yes.
Are they like?
Industry players.
Everybody. Official Romeo says, let me read some comments.
Yes.
Very interesting tweets coming up. Official Romeo says, Andy Dusty, sack that premier guy from the studio and let's listen to Logic and Don. Oba was a premier and Kevin Bob. Malvina said, boss, if you think it's a Photoshop, find the guy and check his message and see if it's Photoshop.
Yes.
Wow, look, can't Richie influence a board member to vote for Kwame Eugene lobbying? Richie is not part of the board. Shame on you. Richie is not part of the board. So what does he think?
Maybe he doesn't.
No, he's thinking of 3 Music Awards.
You don't know.
But Richie is not even part of 3 Music. 3 Music is Richie part of the board?
No, it's an
Don't
organizer.
shake your head or speak. So he's not part of.
Member.
No, he's not.
Ricky.
No, not Ricky. Richie. He's talking about Richie. Chris Wickett. No, Ricky Tan is an organizer.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. He's an organizer. Yeah.
And even in the award room, Ricky doesn't speak.
He tries to speak.
He said this guy said
he tries to speak.
No, he will beat himself. Chris Wickett said yes, there are separate entities, but majority of them are from the industry. I repeat, if industry decides, if you like, separate the entities into 10. If they still have majority of the voting percentage, they can orchestrate to make someone win.
You don't need all. You need just a majority.
Eagle Eye Service says Ricky is an agenda person. He votes based on sentiments, not logic. I've heard him several times making submissions based on sentiments. Isn't he the same person running a scheme that carried 12 hours to Shatawale? And they forget him. He's just being defensive. Okay. Pandora Service says, Master, respect yours. Okay, I'm sorry, you'll be going to call you. I'm going to start already. Level 1 says maybe it's because George Quay left the board to fully work with SAC. Just assuming. Maybe they didn't end on a good note.
Oh, how? The person when in SAC worked like just 2 weeks ago producing event for him. He say end on a good note. Oh, wow.
No, he talks a.
Now, Mike Lino one says, I disagree with the person whose comment you read. VGMA board selects the academy, so an agenda by board plus academy is higher than fans plus academy. How many fans even know the board and academy members, so even come together to set an agenda on an artist? I don't understand this whole thing. Marvina said, boss, Prince is speaking our minds and you should understand him. This is how we all feel. Fact that he, Prince, or yourself, Andy, wasn't lobbied doesn't mean they don't do it. We don't trust these people. Charlie, transparency is all we need. Nobody was lobbied. They are same.
But lobbying is accepted. It's not a crime. Lobbying is not a crime.
But
lobbying is not a crime. Let's not make lobbying a crime, please.
I don't understand why people think it's a crime to lobby.
You see, everything related to ours, we need to be careful.
No, but ours we lobby for people to do. Sadiq, don't wrap that thing out.
Stakeholders, Sadiq, we lobby. You are our own owner. He's speaking for stakeholders.
Listen, not be stakeholders. Listen, Andy, there's something that we need to check here consistently. Right. And as industry people, we don't necessarily need to play to the gallery every time. This conversation about industry not knowing what they want has always been there. Logic is sitting down here asking for more public votes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
When we did that for 3 music awards, the year Shatawale won what? And the same old narratives came. What did the same industry people do? Rather than really take it as an opportunity to educate people, they joined the bandwagon and said that don't give the public more votes.
Who said?
No. It's always I beg.
I don't even remember.
Guys. Gentlemen, please.
I wish Shatawale was listening.
Please, listen. Wait. Listen. No, you guys have been here for years. Gentlemen, please allow him to allow.
Part of the problem is that the industry that is supposed to shape the narratives, good, right? Sometimes do not know what they want. This conversation about giving this one more vote, this one less vote and everything, we've always had it. When we started 3 Music, remember, the public had 60%, and the industry collectively, even though it was divided into 2, had 20, 40%. We saw what happened. Year 2, industry, public had, they come. Year 2,
what happened?
Well, I'm saying because after the first year, there was the same thing as, why do you give the public more votes? Year 2. If you allow me to allow.
Is it the year Shatawale collect plenty awards?
No. Yeah.
I want you to give us.
That's so allow him. Relax, Manika sir.
Shatawale take 12 hours. You have 12 hours.
We can't have rich conversations.
You have rubbish and
Daybreak hits.
I beg, allow him to finish. You've been here for years.
You've had like nearly 45 minutes.
All right. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
So relax. Calm down.
Sadiq, finish it.
I mean, there were 2. Now we are 2, and then there's a problem.
All your mics are off. All of you, your mics are off. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm saying that industry, know what you want. Year 1, when we did that, same thing come back to it. I remember Shatawale won Song of the Year, which was our biggest Song of the Year in year 1. Public industry often they lead it, they will push it to the public, but they will start creating the narrative for the public. So they started, why did you give the public more votes and everything? So I came back and I said, is it because of the artists that won or what exactly? Then we came to year 2. Again, year 2, public had 60%, industry collectively had 40%. We saw what happened with the Shatawale and then
12
Betel.
votes.
I remember Betel in the first year, you remember in the conversation, but obviously you could see that when you get the public 60%, they tilted it. I remember Ola was here on this same show. The narrative that started to create was that, why do you give the public more vote? The public do not even understand the technicalities of the music.
True.
And then. Same thing last year, when we started this process, the same logic. Started the whole conversation about, why do you have these people and all of those things? You need to have a more quality-driven awards and all of that. Look, let's be consistent in what we want as an industry. I remember it was the same narratives and the feedback they gave that forced us to change to this year to 30, 40. I remember coming to sit down here, Andy, one of the days, and I said that, why are you guys pushing for industry to have more power over public when today when we are judging what a good song is or what a good artist is, does not only rely with industry, but also generally also with public. I remember that.
Fact,
so you see, part of the problems, and now you support the argument today.
No, I've not heard that argument.
You are just argument here. But you see, part of the problem is that I realized it. If it's not a particular artist that won, I remember very well that I couldn't say it enough. I think the problem was not that Shatawale won fairly. It was because generally industry was not one of the favorites of industry. So industry had to find a way to say, trash the public voting element. Today we are back to the same conversation. So what? When we go back to it, 60 or 80-40, like Logic is saying, Andy, mark it on the wall.
For some categories, not all. For some.
Logic is saying
I said
you mentioned the thing is I don't get out. I remember I listen. Don't tell him say no. Some. This guy comes say no.
Let me. I said some.
This show if I have playbacks. They say make I start. This show Andy. This show if I have playbacks.
This is a total deliberate couple.
Daybreakers, we are having a playback.
Playback in the evening. One of the problems with that is the inconsistencies of industry on the basis of their support.
My name was mentioned.
That inconsistency. Logic said.
Put me on
Logic
the spot,
said.
Andy.
Logic said.
no.
I remember what Logic said. They don't said that. They don't said that. Oh, make they do them for some categories. They try to explain. When you say no, if you not do them all, they will come tell you say. You don't listen to them. I remember very well. You see, say now they walk back.
It should be all.
I said last year. Remember the argument Logic can make for you about even the board. Say, oh, the board. It should have this thing that WhatsApp should. The same logical. Today he's here saying that it should be 80 to.
Before and after.
Why Shatawale one there? They don't want to have anything with
so you guys.
But when somebody else win,
I have to respond to this your top moment of
I'm saying logic be consistent.
Lobby that we have done this morning. We have rubbish the whole thing. No, I have to respond.
Logic. If you say 80-20 next year, if it so happens that any of the artists with the huge fan base like Shatawale did last year,
we don't have a problem.
Today now,
see back.
Today now a problem. Guys,
gentlemen, done. Charlie, Mishasha, the artist Mishasha has brought, she's brought lunch for the family. Yes, so Charlie, big up Mishasha.
Which of the families? The 80-20 family.
Thank you all very much for listening to Showbiz Review, probably brought to you by Vodafone Tri-State Roofing Company.